Imagine an SUV that looks sharper than a luxury German ride, packs tech you'd expect in a premium brand, and yet promises to be more affordable than most of its rivals. The 2025 Skoda Kodiaq has just arrived, and it's already turning heads for mixing practicality with features that could challenge Toyota, Volkswagen, and even some higher-end names. But is it really the hidden gem of 2025 SUVs, or just clever marketing? Stay tuned, because by the end of this review, you'll know whether the new Kodiaq deserves a spot on your short list. The Skoda Kodiaq has always been known as a practical, family-friendly SUV that delivers European styling without the luxury brand price tag. First introduced in 2016, it quickly gained a reputation for offering more space, comfort, and technology than many expected from the Skoda badge. Now, in 2025, the Kodiaq enters its next chapter with a complete redesign, one that aims to compete not just with mainstream SUVs like the Toyota Highlander and Volkswagen Tiguan, but also with premium options that usually sit a price bracket higher. This new launch is especially significant because Skoda is trying to bridge two worlds, value and premium feel. With updated design language, new tech features, and promises of better efficiency, the brand wants the Kodiaq to appeal to buyers who don't want to compromise. But does this bold move actually deliver on those promises? In just a moment, we'll dive into the details, covering design, interior, performance, and the all-important pricing. To find out if Skoda has created the ultimate hidden contender in the 2025 SUV market. From a very first glance, the 2025 Skoda Kodiaq makes its presence felt. The front end is sharper, with slimmer LED headlights that flow seamlessly into the wider grille, giving a confident, almost premium stance. Walk around to the side, and you'll notice a longer wheelbase, which doesn't just add to the silhouette, but translates directly into more cabin space, something families will immediately appreciate. Skoda's design team clearly wanted this SUV to feel more upscale, and in many ways, it succeeds. Step inside, and the difference is even more dramatic. The interior has taken a huge leap forward, both in quality and technology. A large floating touchscreen dominates the center, flanked by smart, minimalist controls that are easy to use without feeling stripped down. The soft touch materials across the dashboard, ambient lighting options, and neatly stitched seats give an air of sophistication that you might expect in a more expensive German SUV. And here's the kicker. Skoda has managed to pack in these premium touches without abandoning its trademark practicality. You still get massive storage bins, clever little hooks and compartments, and a cabin that feels designed for real-world family use. Technology is another area where the new Kodiaq is pushing boundaries. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, while higher trims add features like a fully digital driver display, surround view cameras, and even advanced driver assist functions like adaptive cruise with lane centering. For a brand that's often seen as value-driven, these upgrades feel like a statement. Skoda wants to be taken seriously at the top end of the midsize SUV segment. Performance, of course, is where things get interesting. The Kodiaq will be offered with a range of powertrains, including efficient turbocharged petrol and diesel engines, plus, for the first time, a plug-in hybrid option boasting up to 60 miles of electric-only range. That means short city commutes could be done entirely without fuel, while longer highway trips still benefit from the traditional engine. Early test figures suggest smooth acceleration, respectable towing capacity, and a ride tuned for comfort rather than razor-sharp handling. A choice that makes sense for its target market. Still, drivers who want a bit more punch may need to step up to the more powerful trims. But not everything is perfect. The third-row seats, while handy, are still best reserved for kids or shorter journeys. Some rivals may offer more dynamic handling, and Skoda's U.S. market recognition is still an uphill battle compared to giants like Toyota and Honda. Yet, it's these small imperfections that make the big question more pressing. Can a Kodiaq's blend of premium feel and practical features win over buyers who usually gravitate toward more established names? And just wait until you hear about the pricing. Skoda has been known to undercut its rivals while packing in more features, and the 2025 Kodiaq is no exception. But before we get into the numbers and reveal whether this SUV is truly a game-changing value, it's worth highlighting both the standout features and potential drawbacks that could tip the scales for buyers. And here's where everything comes together. The real-world driving experience. On paper, the 2025 Skoda Kodiaq looks impressive, But once you get behind the wheel, it actually manages to surprise. The steering is light yet precise, giving you confidence in tight city streets, while on the highway it settles into a calm, planted rhythm that feels far more premium than you'd expect at this price point. The suspension soaks up bumps with ease, keeping passengers comfortable, yet it doesn't feel overly soft or disconnected. The real shock, however, comes from the plug-in hybrid model. Skoda claims up to 60 miles of electric-only range, but in mixed driving, it consistently delivers close to that figure, something many rivals still struggle to achieve. Imagine commuting all week without touching a drop of fuel, and then seamlessly switching to gasoline for long road trips. It's a game changer for families who want both economy and flexibility. Performance-wise, the Kodiaq may not be a sports SUV, but the mid-range engine delivers enough punch for highway merges and overtakes without breaking a sweat. Even when fully loaded with passengers, it doesn't feel sluggish. And perhaps the biggest surprise? Cabin noise, or rather, the lack of it. At cruising speed, the Kodiaq is whisper quiet, rivaling SUVs that cost far more. Of course, it's not without its limitations. The third row still feels cramped, and spirited drivers may crave sharper dynamics. But the bigger picture is clear. Skoda has created an SUV that doesn't just meet expectations. It pushes beyond them in areas that matter most to everyday drivers. So the question remains, with all this value, refinement, and real-world usability, does a 2025 Skoda Kodiaq finally deserve a spot on your shortlist over established giants like Toyota and Volkswagen? Let's break it down in the final verdict. So, after taking a closer look at the 2025 Skoda Kodiaq, what's the final verdict? This SUV proves that Skoda is no longer just a budget-friendly alternative. It's a brand that can deliver premium comfort, modern tech, and real-world practicality in one package. The highlights are clear: a spacious and versatile interior, a surprisingly refined ride, impressive plug-in hybrid efficiency, and value-packed pricing compared to rivals. On the downside, the third-row seating still feels limited, and driving enthusiasts may wish for more dynamic handling. For families who prioritize comfort, practicality, and affordability without sacrificing modern features, the Kodiaq makes a very strong case. If you're a commuter who wants to save on fuel with hybrid flexibility, it's a smart choice. And if you're someone who usually looks at Toyota, Volkswagen, or Honda, this SUV deserves a serious look before you make a decision. In the U.S. market, the Kodiaq represents something important. It's proof that buyers don't have to choose between affordability and premium feel. With competition heating up and customer expectations rising, vehicles like this could push other automakers to rethink what value really means in the midsize SUV category. At the end of the day, the Kodiaq may not be perfect, but it strikes a balance that could make it one of the smartest buys of 2025. The real question is, would you take a chance on Skoda or stick with the more familiar brands? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more car reviews, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big launch.